Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, come on, check us out. Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, the good times are never in doubt. Ooh, 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 Webber internet thingy, ooh, 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 come on and join the fun. Ooh, 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 Webber internet thingy, ooh, 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 we've got the blues on the run. Get away from that big mean world and come have lots of dumb fun. From that big mean world and come have lots of dumb fun. Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, come on, check us out. Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, Webber internet thingy, the good times are never in doubt. Ooh, 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 Webber internet thingy, ooh, 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 come on and join the fun. Webber internet thingy, ooh, 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 we've got the blues on the run. Get away from that big mean world and come have lots of dumb fun.
Hey! Oh boy, what a great night we have for you. Let's kick it off.
Fun from the past that's built to last. Retro Radio WATT. John and Joe in the studio. Retro Radio WATT. Hey everyone, let's have some fun. Retro Radio WATT. Drama plays from the good old days. Retro Radio WATT. Mystery night, pure delight. Retro Radio WATT. Comedy gold, stories told. Retro Radio WATT.
I can't be modest. I love this song. And I love the computer that made it for me. Folks, hey, welcome to Retro Radio WATT. John and Joe in the evening. Hey, how could it be that if Joe is not on the screen? Well, let's get him on the screen, folks. It's my good friend and broadcasting partner, Joe Townsend.
Yeah. Radio John, how are you, sir? I love that snappy little tune.
It is what we do here. We entertain with that nostalgia running through our veins. And tonight we are going, you know something? Our friend Scott Free from the chat, who has his own channel. So let's bring this up on the screen. He said he came up with something that I had completely missed. I can't believe I didn't think of this on my own. We are going through hot horror nights all August here at the Webber Internet thingy. And because we want to chill you. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Well done, Scott. Scott does well on his own channel. I think he does equally as well on our channel. So thanks very much, Scott, for that.
Much appreciated, sir.
We are going to have a double feature tonight. And I was kind of surprised as I put this show together. and of course the beautiful artwork from Joe in advertising everything. But the thing that I had not realized was the star of our big show tonight. Well, I mean, they're equal. Honestly, they're equal in my eyes. But August Heat stars Ronald Colman. And Ronald Colman, this is an actor that maybe we've all heard of, and we all have a sense of Ronald Colman. It is extremely difficult to get anyone to say, oh yeah, that's Ronald Colman. Right. But let me share something. I'm going to share something from good old YouTube. Here we go. This is why, whether or not you know it, hang on. Can't believe I did that to me with the lights. You know Ronald Colman. You may not know that you know Ronald Colman, but once I play this for you, this is, of course, a commercial for Fruit Loops. Oh. This one is from 1986. Is it Ronald Colman's actual voice? No, it is not. But it is an imitation of Ronald Colman, and this is why you know his voice.
Fruit flavors, you ask? My nose was invented for the dance. How's it work? Just follow my nose.
I think that's all we can play without getting in trouble. But he had that voice, Ronald Colman. He had that beautiful voice. And, it got changed a lot for Toucan Sam, but it still was part of the culture, even when we were kids, even when younger viewers than you and I, Joe, were kids. Did you have, growing up, an awareness of Ronald Colman?
Oh, honestly, no. It just didn't cross my radar on the entertainment that I had access to and enjoyed. But of course, as I got older, not a household name necessarily, but definitely a household voice.
Yes. Now Chris says, I most certainly know Ronald Colman. That is very easy for someone of Chris's age to know him. I'm going to mention a movie, and almost everyone, Richard knew it was Toucan Sam. Almost everyone knows this movie. The classic black and white, The Invisible Man.
Oh, yes,
starring Ronald Colman. Scott is a radio nerd, much like me and quite a few folks. Ronald Colman had a radio show called The Halls of Ivy. He and his wife Bonita Hume, I believe, is the name she worked under, but she was Bonita Colman. They were a very famous married couple, and they were delightful. Oh my goodness! And Halls of Ivy is a treat. Absolutely, I'll use Scott's words. It is a treat. It's a lovely show. We should listen to it at some point in the future. Yes. Although I have to say, Ronald Colman's horror work is great. I love it. I don't know if you remember this, Joe, but we listened to Ronald Colman on back when we were doing Haunted Radio from Space. Mm-hmm. The Dunwich Horror on Suspense was Ronald Colman.
I remember, yes, now that you mention it.
And
my only concern, I'm sure this will be quickly quelled, this concern. Yeah. But as we listen to Ronald Colman tonight in our first presentation, will I be able to get Toucan Sam out of my head? I'm sure I will.
I want a bowl of Fruit Loops right now, in the worst way. But I don't want anyone to have to watch me eat Fruit Loops. So yeah, so we won't be doing that. But yes, I love the fact that Ronald Colman never thought that he was too good for science fiction or for horror, and he was a goer. He let me give you a quick rundown of Ronald Colman. The man was born in 1891.
Wow.
in Richmond, Surrey, England. He was old enough to serve in the First World War.
Yep.
He actually was wounded in World War One when a bomb exploded next to him. Probably a shell. A shell exploded next to him and buried him alive.
My goodness.
Now, fortunately, there were other men in his company who were not right next to him, and they saw this and they dug him out. But the man had been buried alive. His right foot, I believe, had been injured, and he had a limp his entire life from that point forward, which he hid in the great Hollywood tradition of, don't let them see you injured. Don't let them see you hurt. He was a very beloved actor, and one of those Hollywood actors, just like Claude Rains, just like Herbert Marshall, Basil Rathbone. They served with the division called the London Scottish in wartime and were proud veterans. Ronald Colman was a prolific writer. He wrote poetry and biographies and was just a really terrific guy. He was good friends with Jack Benny.
That's very interesting. Yes.
Oh yes, Jack Benny used to have a bit on the Jack Benny show that his exact next door neighbor was Ronald Colman. And I don't know if you remember the bit of Jack Benny being mugged on the street, where a guy says, "Your money or your life." Did you hear me? I said your money or your life. And Jack Benny says, "I'm thinking it over." That bit came from Ronald Colman. Jack had borrowed Ronald Colman's Oscar, and he wanted to show it to Rochester. And his man Friday, polite name for servant. He wanted to show it to Rochester, and it was stolen. And he lied to Ronald Colman about, he was going to return it to him. And then, of course, we find out much later that Ronald Colman's butler pretended to be the mugger because Ronald wanted the Oscar statuette back. I've ruined it for you, everyone. Spoiler.
Quite all right.
Scott points out that he was in many great films: Tale of Two Cities, Lost Horizon, Kismet. Tale of Two Cities, you will sometimes hear people say tomorrow, and I'm probably getting that wrong, because now that I'm saying it, I think that's a Shakespearean quote. Let's move on.
but no less significant, John.
Oh, aren't you nice? Okay, so we are getting ready to play for you August Heat. Scott says August Heat is one of the sweatiest shows of old time radio.
It sounds sweaty.
So let's get that fired up here. Let's see. That's a wonderful time in every show where I am doing the technical things. Suspense, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, brings us Ronald Colman, and he was on many episodes of Suspense. Ronald Colman was just an all-around actor, theater actor, movies, but he did love radio and did so many great shows. And here we go. Listening to Suspense. When was this originally aired? May 31st, 1945. Is that true? Is that true? I think I'm reading this. Yeah, I'll find it for you. I don't have the exact date of August Heat fired up. Okay, here we go. From Asylum Books, let me give them a like, and what the hell, let's give them a subscribe. They've got a nice viewership there. Let's make that nice. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Suspense.
The Roma Wine Company of Fresno, California presents
Suspense. Tonight, Roma Wines bring you the distinguished actor, Mr. Ronald Colman, in one of the great suspense stories of our time, August Heat.
Suspense is presented for your enjoyment by Roma Wines. That's R-O-M-A, Roma Wines. Those excellent California wines that can add so much pleasantness to the way you live, to your happiness in entertaining guests, to your enjoyment of everyday meals. Before we bring you Ronald Colman and our suspense play, here's a brief message from Elsa Maxwell, famed for her great charm as a hostess.
When food looks appetizing, it almost always lives up to expectations. When even so simple a main dish as a steaming, fragrant bowl of spaghetti or beans is surrounded by bright green salads, golden rolls or muffins, and brilliant Roma California burgundy, the food is more enjoyable, more delightful.
And for a summery touch of the outdoors, a vase of flowers, perfect color complement to the deep, rich beauty of Roma Burgundy. You'll enjoy the fruity, robust taste, the tart piquancy of distinguished Roma Burgundy served cool. Truly a masterpiece of fine winemaking. Like all Roma wines, Roma Burgundy is unvaryingly good, always high in quality of bouquet, color, and taste. The happy reward of selected grapes, brought slowly to perfection, gently pressed, then carefully guided to flavor fullness by the ancient skill of Roma's noted wineries in California's choicest vineyards. Yet all this goodness is yours for only pennies a glass. Remember, more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. R-O-M-A, Roma Wines. Yes, right now a glassful would be very pleasant, as Roma Wines bring you a remarkable tale of suspense.
And with August Heat, W.F. Harvey's matchless narrative of premonition and the brooding terror of twilight and the unseen, and with the performance of Ronald Colman, Roma Wines hope indeed to keep you in suspense.
Penniston Road, Clapham, August the 20th, 1945. I have had what I believe to be the most remarkable day in my life. And while the events are still fresh in my mind, I wish to put them down on paper as clearly as possible. Let me say at the outset that my name is James Clarence Withencroft. You must remember that in order to have the full implication of my story. James Clarence Withencroft. I'm 40 years old, in perfect health, never having known a day's illness. By profession, I am an artist. Not a very successful one, but I earn enough money by my black and white work to satisfy my necessary wants. My only near relative, a sister, died 5 years ago, so that there is no one in particular to whom I address this manuscript. Only you, who might by chance read it someday. For because of the peculiar circumstance about which you will soon hear, I have the strong premonition that I shall never live to tell anyone about it. I breakfasted this morning at 9 at the usual time. It was no different from any other morning. And after glancing through the morning paper, I lighted my pipe, and I proceeded to let my mind wander, in the hope that I might chance upon some subject for my pencil. The room, though door and window were open, was oppressively hot. And I had just made up my mind that the coolest and most comfortable place in the neighborhood would be the deep end of the public swimming bath, when I was suddenly shaken. A feeling swept over me such as I'd never experienced before. I attempted to rise to my feet, but somehow it seemed as though I had suddenly been fastened to my chair. My hand went out in an effort to brace myself. And then, before I knew what I was doing, my pencil was in my hand, and I began to draw. It was as though someone had taken my hand and was moving it across the paper, swiftly, in bold strokes. And then I seemed to take over. My hand, under its own power, began to draw. I soon forgot the oppressive heat. Everything was forgotten in this frantic feeling that the sketch must be finished as soon as possible. I had no idea how long I worked until I heard the clock of St. Jude's in the distance. It was 4 o'clock, and I had started just after breakfast. Now, for the first time since I'd begun, I actually seemed to see what I had been sketching. I was surprised. The final result was, I felt sure, the best thing I'd ever done. It showed a criminal in the dock immediately after the judge had pronounced sentence. The man was fat, enormously fat. The flesh hung in rolls about his chin. It creased his huge, stumpy neck. He was clean-shaven, or perhaps I should say a few days before he must have been clean-shaven. And he was almost bald. He stood there before the judge, his short, clumsy fingers clasping the rail, looking straight in front of him. The feeling that his expression conveyed was not so much one of horror as of utter, absolute collapse. There seemed nothing in the man strong enough to sustain that mountain of flesh. And then I saw that the sketch wasn't complete, for the man's other hand seemed to be clutching an instrument of some kind, a weapon, but it hadn't been completed. I had made this sketch, and yet I had no recollection of what I'd intended the man to carry in his other hand. I took up my pencil again, and I attempted to fill in the fuzzy outline, but it was useless. It was as though my fingers had suddenly turned to lead. I sat down, and I felt the moisture slowly forming on my forehead. And once again, I was conscious of the oppressive heat. Then I knew that there would be no finishing of the sketch, at any rate not for the moment. So I rolled it up, and without quite knowing why, I put it in my pocket. In spite of my peculiar inspiration, I was filled with a rare sense of happiness which the knowledge of a good thing well done gives. I believe that I set out with the idea of calling upon Trenton, for I remember walking along Lytton Street and turning to the right along Gilchrist Road, at the bottom of the hill where the men are at work on the new tram line. From there onwards, I have only the vaguest recollection of where I went. Through parks, along crowded streets, always conscious of the awful heat that came up from the dusty asphalt pavement in a suffocating wave. And I remember, too, the hollow sound of my footsteps as I moved along. Although walking aimlessly, I somehow knew that there was a goal, a something to which I was drawn. I longed for the thunder promised by the great banks of copper-colored clouds that hung low over the western sky. I've really no idea how far I walked when a small boy roused me from my abstraction.
You got the time, mister?
20 minutes to 7.
Thanks. Hot enough for you, sir?
Yes. When he left me, I began to take stock of my bearings. I found myself standing before a gate that led into a yard bordered by a strip of thirsty earth. There were flowers, purple stock and scarlet geranium, and great numbers of bees droned over them. I stood looking down at them for a moment, and then, for some reason, I looked up. Over the entrance to the place, there was a board with the inscription, Charles Atkinson, monumental mason, worker in English and Italian marbles. From the yard itself came a cheery whistle, the noise of hammer blows, and the cold sound of steel meeting stone. A sudden impulse made me enter, and I went in the direction of the noise. There was a man, sitting with his back towards me. He was busy at work on a slab of curiously veined marble. Then, without turning, his hammer stopped in midair as he was about to bring it down on his chisel. He held this position a moment before turning, but I knew that he was aware of my presence, and when he turned, I saw his face. It was, although I'd never seen him before, it was the face of the man I had been drawing. Yes, it was the face of the man whose sketch was in my pocket. He sat there on his low stool, huge and elephantine, the sweat pouring from his scalp, not speaking. Then he took a red silk handkerchief and he mopped his brow. Although this face that looked up at me was the same as my sketch, the expression was absolutely different. Suddenly the puzzled expression left his face, and he smiled, as if we were old friends. And he walked over and he took my hand.
Good day, sir.
Good day. I'm sorry to intrude.
Not at all.
Everything is so hot and glary outside. This is like an oasis in the wilderness.
I don't know about an oasis, but it certainly is hot. Whew. Take a seat, sir.
He pointed to the end of the gravestone on which he was at work, and I sat down.
Whew. Very hot.
It's a beautiful piece of stone you've got hold of.
In a way it is. The surface here is as fine as anything you could wish, but there's a big flaw at the back. Oh, I don't expect you'd notice it.
Oh, I shouldn't think so.
I could never really do a good job on a bit of marble like that. It would be all right in the summer like this. Wouldn't mind the blasted heat. But wait until the winter comes.
Winter?
There's nothing quite like frost to find out the weak points in stone.
Oh.
A gravestone, you see.
Oh, I see. Then what's this one for?
You'd hardly believe if I was to tell you, but it's for exhibition. It's the truth. Artists have exhibitions, so do grocers and butchers. Oh, we have them too. All the latest little things in headstones, you know.
He went on to talk of marbles, which sort of marble best withstood wind and rain, and which were easiest to work. Then of his garden and some new sort of carnation he had bought. At the end of every other minute, he would drop his tools, wipe his shining head.
This heat's bad. A man's not responsible for what he does. This heat.
I said little, for I felt uneasy. There was something unnatural, uncanny in all of this, the feeling that I'd experienced it all before. The oppressive heat, the fragrance of the stocks in the air, the conversation about the marble, the flowers, everything as though I had experienced it before. And yet I knew that I'd never ever been in this section of town before. I tried to persuade myself that at least I'd seen him before, that his face, unknown to me, had found a place in some out-of-the-way corner of my memory. But I knew that I was practicing little more than a plausible piece of self-deception. As I sat there quietly, watching him, he looked up at me and he said,
There. What do you think of that?
He said it with an air of evident pride, of a job well done. I could sense that he was experiencing the same feeling I had experienced. when I'd finished my sketch. Then he got up with a sigh of relief.
Hot. Hot, ain't it?
I was seated in such a position that I was unable to see his work. And for some reason, I didn't move. Suddenly, he began to read what he'd carved on the tombstone. He spoke deliberately and with a flat voice.
In the midst of life, we are in death. Born January 18, 1905.
I looked up with a start. This man had read my exact birthday.
He passed away very suddenly on August 20th, 1945.
That's today.
We usually use the present date on these exhibition stones.
Do you usually put a name on them, too?
Yes. Sacred to the memory of James Clarence Withencroft.
Cold shudder swept over me, and I sat there in silence. The sound of birds and crickets seemed loud in my ears as we stood there, looking at each other, saying nothing. And then he mopped his brow again.
Hot.
I was finally able to speak. Where did you see that name?
Oh, I didn't see it anywhere. I wanted some name, and I put down the first that came into my head.
It's a strange coincidence, but it happens to be mine.
Huh? That's your name? You're James Clarence...
Withencroft. Yes.
Wow. And the dates?
I can only answer for the birth date. It's correct.
Oh. That's a rum go.
I made a sketch this morning of you.
Of me? But you've never seen me before.
No.
Oh.
I took my sketch from my pocket and I showed it to him. As he looked, the expression on his face altered until it became more and more like that of the man I had drawn.
And it was only the other day before that I told Mariah there were no such things as ghosts.
Neither of us had seen a ghost, but I knew what he meant. Then I spoke to him. You probably heard my name someplace.
Yes. You must have seen me somewhere and forgotten it.
Yes.
Were you at Clacton-on-Sea last July?
No, I've never been to Clacton in my life.
Oh.
And we were silent for some time again. And we stood there looking at one another and at the two dates on the gravestone. And the birth one was right, and the other was today.
Well, come inside and have some supper.
His wife was a strange little woman who was pallid with the look of those who live their lives indoors. Her husband introduced me as a friend of his who was an artist, and he informed her that I was staying to supper. I spoke, making some comment that I hoped I wouldn't be an intrusion, and she looked up at me and she said,
You have a pleasing voice, Mr. Withencroft, and you're welcome in my home. I'm sorry Charles has not brought you here before.
Very little was said during the meal, and after the sardines and watercress had been removed, she walked over to a cupboard and she took down a thin black book, and as she handed it to me, she spoke.
Would you read aloud, Mr. Whittencroft?
Puzzled, I looked down at the book which she'd opened and placed before me. It was a very tiny book. The Prophet, it was called, by an author unknown to me with a strange Eastern name, Khalil Gibran. And my eyes fell across the page, and suddenly I was reading aloud, as she'd asked me to. Then Almitra spoke, saying, we would ask now of death. And he said, you would know the secret of death. But how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl, whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day, cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond. And like seeds dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling, that he shall wear the mark of the king? Yet is he not more mindful of his trembling. For what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is it to cease breathing but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. And when you have reached the mountain top, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance. When I looked up, Mr. Atkinson had gone, but his wife stood before me, and as she took the book, she spoke.
Thank you.
Then I went outside, and I found Atkinson sitting on the gravestone and smoking. He looked up at me.
Hot. Man's not responsible for what he might do in this heat. She never asked anyone to read aloud before.
And then we talked about the sketch again. He looked at it.
Likeness is me, all right. On trial.
You must excuse my asking, but do you know of anything you've done for which you could be put on trial?
No, I've done nothing. Not yet.
He got up, fetched a can from the porch, and he began to water the flowers.
Twice a day regular in the hot weather. And then the heat sometimes gets the better of the delicate ones. And ferns. Good Lord, they could never stand it. Where do you live?
I told him my address. It would take an hour's quick walk to get back home. And he stopped watering, and he faced me squarely.
It's like this. We look at the matter straight. You'll both go back home tonight. You take your chance of accidents. A cart may run over you. There's always banana skins and orange peels, to say nothing of falling ladders.
He spoke of the improbable with an intense seriousness that would have been laughable 6 hours before. But I did not laugh.
The best thing we can do is for you to stay here till 12 o'clock. Then it'll be tomorrow, do you see?
Yes.
We'll go upstairs and smoke. Maybe cooler inside.
And to my surprise, I agreed. are sitting in a long, low room beneath the eaves. Atkinson has sent his wife to bed. He himself is busy sharpening some tools at a little oilstone, smoking one of my cigars the while. And as I look at my sketch before me, I suddenly see the fuzzy outline of what the man in the picture holds in his hands. But while I had not been able to sketch it before, I am able to do so now. It is a chisel, and it is stained with dark liquid. The sketch is completed now. The air seems charged with thunder, and I hear it in the distance. It is ominous, but it carries the hope of rain. Perhaps this damnable heat will be broken soon, and the day will soon be over. It is close to 12. I am writing this at a shaky table before the open window. The leg is cracked, and Atkinson, who seems a handy man with his tools, is going to mend it as soon as he has finished putting an edge on his chisel. There. It is 12. The day is over, and I shall be going home. But the heat is stifling. This heat is enough to send a man mad.
And so closes August Heat, in which Roma Wines have brought you Ronald Colman as star of tonight's study in Suspense. Suspense is produced, edited, and directed by William Spear. Music for August Heat was composed by Lucien Morawick and conducted by Lud Gluskin. Dennis Hoy appeared as Atkinson.
This is Truman Bradley with a word for Roma Wines, the sponsor of Suspense. America's famed authority on hospitality, Elsa Maxwell, recently made this suggestion for gracious entertainment.
Your friends will respect your good taste when you serve delightful Roma California Tokay, enjoyable at any time, with coffee or dessert with nuts and fruit. I suggest serving Roma Tokay cool.
A most timely suggestion from Miss Maxwell. You'll find flame bright Roma Tokay velvety smooth, moderately sweet, light, yet delightfully rich in color. And you'll find Roma wines always delicious, of unvarying fine quality and goodness. June is the month of weddings, and the most distinguished way to face the June bride is by serving Roma California champagne. Its gold and sparkle and delicious, delightful dryness tell you that here is a truly fine champagne, Roma champagne. Next time you plan for a special occasion, add this sparkling touch of perfection, good Roma champagne.
Next Thursday, you will hear John Payne and Frank McHugh as stars of Suspense.
Presented by Roma Wines, R-O-M-A, made in California for enjoyment throughout the world. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
That was wild. There was no ending. So, Joe, are we supposed to just assume that he was murdered by that guy?
Well, first, John, real quick, check your mic. And to answer your question, I mean, I'm intrigued by the ambiguous ending.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean that seems the most logical direction the story was heading, and that he was murdered. I mean, on the other hand, though, the deck was kind of stacked a little bit high in that possibility. The sharpening of the chisel and all the other stuff going on. So again, being vague, it's kind of intriguing to me a little bit.
Now you as a writer, have you ever gone in that direction? Has that ever been, the dubious ending? Because I have to admit, a couple of things that I've written have had. I didn't want to make the ending very plain.
Yeah.
So I wasn't this good, but how about you?
Well, yes, I think so. Most likely because a lot of my stuff, although it can be read independently and not required reading of other works, still there's connective threads. So as a result, you get some endings that are not so pat and with a bow tying it up. And yet again, I just like it as a device for writing and for reading and listening, because it just really helps the imagination work along with it.
I definitely have to say that because you have Ronald Colman doing so much narration and doing that reading from that book and taking us up to the end of this, I'm not sure with another actor I would be as happy as I am right now, but I really love their use of Colman.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to go to our next show right now, and I did want to so our little movie poster art here. I hope you're ready for Richard Widmark. Oh my God, Richard Widmark. Richard Widmark was born in 1914. He passed away in the 2000s. 2008. He lived to 93. Richard Widmark.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize he had lived quite that long.
He's a fella. Yeah, I mean, really, yeah. I mean, not even 20 years ago. Less than 20 years ago, he passed away. He was a Minnesota boy. He grew up in Princeton, Illinois. Went to Lake Forest College in 1936. The Army turned him down during World War II because he was one of those guys who had a perforated eardrum.
Oh, okay.
He went into acting on the radio. He starred in a show called Front Page Farrell, which was a daytime serial about a brave reporter and his long-suffering wife. He was in episodes of Gangbusters, episodes of The Shadow, and then when he became a much bigger actor, he would appear on Suspense, Molly Mystery Theater, and the show we're going to listen to tonight, Inner Sanctum Mysteries. If you know anything about Richard Widmark, you know he could be extremely creepy. As a matter of fact, the biggest role that he was ever known for was an early role from 1947. He was nominated for an Academy Award for his character Tommy Udo in the film Kiss of Death. And he was creepy. That's the main thing that you knew about Richard Widmark. He could do creepy like nobody else. So we're going to go to our next feature right now. This is from 1947, the year in which Kiss of Death was released. This is February 3rd. Inner Sanctum Mysteries, of course, is an anthology show, and it is introduced by a character named Raymond. And that's all I'm going to say. If you've never heard Inner Sanctum before, I want you to hear this without any preamble from me.
And all I can say, it doesn't reveal anything going in, but I have to put my vote in for Inner Sanctum probably being the best ever title of a radio show.
Oh, hey.
I mean, it just really draws me in and says, wow, what is going on in the inner sanctum? I want to be part of that, but I'm kind of going to be sorry if I do, maybe.
You know what's so funny about that is they never meant, the guys who created the show never meant for it to be called Inner Sanctum Mysteries.
Really?
Yes, they had a bunch of names and they didn't feel like any of them were very good, but they didn't have a niche in the market. And so, you know, back in those days, your production company for a long time was an advertising agency. And they would frequently put a show together with a sponsor. And so they did. They said, look, there's a line of paperback books called The Inner Sanctum Mysteries. Do you want to call your show that? And they went, yeah, that's really good. Let's call it that.
That's cool.
So there you go. It happened accidentally, but you're right. It is a great name for a show. Wait till you hear Inner Sanctum. Is everybody ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Here we go, Mike. Oh, hang on. Okay. Bromo Seltzer, of course, the sponsor. Oh. I'm sorry. Is this not coming through? McGear doesn't hear it. Chris doesn't hear it.
No, John, I'm not hearing it. I'm only seeing our own promo art still that you put up a moment ago.
Oh, that C blocked it coming through. No problem. We are still able to do this, my friends.
Because I don't want to miss a single minute of Inner Sanctum.
By putting that up on the screen, by putting that graphic up on the screen,
right,
I eliminated the sharing of the YouTube. That's okay. We were not that far in. Here we go. All right. I say creaking door. They say something else. Here we go. Thanks for staying with me, everybody.
Inner Sanctum Mysteries, brought to you by Bromo Seltzer. Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum. This is your host, inviting you through the squeaking door for another half hour of gruesome gaiety. Friends, have you heard of a magician who sawed his wife in two parts because she was a split personality? Or the wife who slit her husband's throat and asked the court for clemency on the grounds that she was a widow? Mm-hmm. Well, that's the kind of personalities we feature on this program. So listen closely and be sure not miss one drop of blood.
Tonight's Inner Sanctum Mystery, Death Bound, is an original radio drama written by Milton Lewis and stars Richard Widmark in the role of Rocky, and is presented by the Emerson Drug Company of Baltimore, Maryland, whose registered pharmacists compound that speedy, refreshing relief for the pain of headache, Bromo Seltzer. Remember, Bromo Seltzer is the headache help which, in a recent coast-to-coast representative survey among druggists, was reported to be the leading seller at drugstore fountains by 5 times as many druggists as mentioned any other headache product.
All right, friends. Curdle up to the fire, turn the lights low, test out your scream, and we'll let the gore flow. You see? We're going in for poetry tonight, but don't worry. Nobody's going to be murdered in free verse. Night. And in a small, scrubby little park buried among the skyscrapers of a large city, a young man sits on a bench, sullenly sucking a cigarette. He's lost in thought and hardly notices it when someone sits down quietly next to him.
Excuse me. Have you got a match? Here. Thanks. Keep 'em. You're worried.
Who asked you?
You're worried about money.
Well, who ain't? And it's none of your business, see?
Sure.
Okay, so shut up.
You can't pay for that car. Or the rent.
Yeah. Well, how'd you know?
You've got a pretty wife.
Yeah.
She likes fine clothes. You can't pay for them.
How do you know so much about me?
Doesn't make any difference. Rocky.
My name. Who told you about me?
Nobody.
Cut it out.
Getting chilly tonight, isn't it, Rocky?
Who are you?
Don't try to understand it.
Why not? Hey, what are you up to?
Nothing.
How do you know my name? What do you want with me?
Don't be foolish, Rocky.
Quit stalling or I'll let you have it on the kisser. Let go of me. Start talking. Go on.
You're pretty tough. Aren't you, Rocky?
I'm tough and I'm hep and I want to know your angle. Start spilling.
What are you afraid of, Rocky?
You're smart. You tell me.
Maybe I will sometime. You see, I know what's going to happen.
About what?
About you.
What are you talking about?
The future.
You know what's going to happen to me?
Yes. Right to the end of your life.
Oh, you're nuts.
You can stop worrying about money.
Thanks. It's nice of you to say so.
Before tonight's over, you'll have $10,000 in cash.
You're loony.
It's waiting for you at home.
Yeah, I bet you think that'll send me running home, huh?
Uh-huh. You're afraid your wife will get that money.
Yeah. Yeah, you got something there. Babe's too darn good looking to trust. Yeah. Ah, you're kidding me.
You think so?
Nobody can see into the future.
No one but me.
Ah, you're too bad even to talk to. I'm going.
Good night, Rocky.
Good night.
Hello, Slim. This is Babe.
Hi, kid. How's my pal Rocky?
I don't know and I don't care.
You kidding?
No,
Where is he?
he ain't home yet. Look, Slim.
Yeah?
You, meant what you told me last time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm coming over.
You sure you know what you're doing, babe?
Yeah. I'm fed up with Rocky. I'm fed up with this dump. I'm through. Him and his big talk, well, he can listen to himself now and see how he likes it.
Okay, babe. I'll be waiting.
I gotta hang up now. I think he's coming in. Goodbye, Slim.
Hi.
Hi, Rocky.
Was anybody to see me?
No. Who'd you expect?
Nobody. Anyone call?
No.
Any packages come? Anything like that?
No.
What are you all dressed up for?
I'm going to my mother.
Why?
She's sick.
You look like you was going to a ball. What do you need the suitcase for?
I told you, my mother's dying, maybe. I gotta stay with her, maybe. Always you're asking a million questions like you didn't trust me to walk around the corner.
If you think you're walking out on me,
What would I want to walk out on you for? You treat me like the Queen of Sheba. You give me a different mink coat to wear every day in the week. Can't even lift my hands because my fingers are so heavy with diamonds.
Shut up!
It's all you can do. Stop me. After the wife I've been to a no-good skunk like you. Me that could have had any guy. I could have been rich.
We're gonna be. I'm gonna get $10,000.
You? $10,000?
Sure.
You haven't got a dime a week. Where you gonna get it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But a guy in the park told me, a queer guy. He says he can see into the future. He told me.
He told you?
Yeah.
You crazy dumb heel. You're going off. What are you looking at?
That package.
What package?
This one right here.
Huh?
You said nothing came for me.
I didn't know about that.
No?
Oh, the janitor must have brung it while I was out.
He did?
Yeah, he does it lots of times.
It's got my name on it. Look.
Who said it?
It don't say.
Why don't you open it?
I don't know.
You're scared. What are you scared about?
I ain't.
Well, what are you handshaking for?
All right, I'll open it. Hey, there's a wallet here. Babe. Look.
It ain't fake?
No, it's a real thing. Hundreds. Look, 10 of them.
Yeah, look here. Each is a grand.
Yeah, each worth 10 yards.
I've never seen a grand bill before. A piece of paper worth a grand.
Keep your hands off it.
I never touched no grand before.
Hey, you was going to your mother's.
Yeah, but I changed my mind.
Did you? She can die without you?
Oh, Rocky. There ain't no way to talk to me. Me who loves you has gone through so much with you.
Yeah, forget it. I've been so broke, I must have been a little nuts. But I ain't nuts now. I got 10 grand. Hello?
Rocky?
Who's this?
The man from the park. Was I right?
Right. I can't believe it. I got...
Did you get the $10,000?
No.
You're lying. Do you want to hear more about your future, Rocky?
Yeah.
Listen carefully. You're going to die tonight.
Die?
Die. Good night, Rocky.
What's the matter? Who was it?
The guy who said I was going to get the money. I wasn't going to tell him I got it. Everybody's got their angle. He'd rob me or something, sure. Look at me.
Why?
How do I look?
White. Like you've seen something.
Do I look like I was going to die? Do I? Well, answer me.
No, Rocky, no.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Open it.
Why don't you?
Because maybe he meant I was going to get killed. Go on, you open it. Who is it?
There's no one, just a package. Here. It's for you. It's just like the other one.
Yeah. Wait a second, Dave. Don't open it.
Oh, maybe it's some more dough.
What?
Look, on the floor.
A hand. All withered like.
Who sent it? What's going on here?
I don't know. I don't get it. This is something I can't figure out so easy.
What's the matter?
The middle finger. The tip's gone. I'm going to get the car and I'm going to leave.
I'm going with you.
Why? Because I got the 10 grand?
Rocky, how can you say that? Something queer's going on here tonight. You need me.
Okay, let me get my gun first.
Rocky, why you doing that? Why you digging up that grave?
You better not ask so many questions.
Look, if you'd tell me, I could help you more. You closed up like a clam. You drive out here to the cemetery, you start digging, you don't shut up.
I think I found it.
What?
I'll let you know in a minute. As soon as I can open this coffin.
Rocky!
Turn that flashlight down here.
Okay.
You want to know why I come here? Take a look in there. You see his right hand? It ain't there.
You are listening to Inner Sanctum, brought to you by Bromo Seltzer. Friends, you know, I get 3 full minutes on a program such as Inner Sanctum to tell you about Bromo Seltzer. But frankly, I don't need 3 minutes. I don't have to go into any great length to tell you what it's like to suffer from a headache. Most everybody knows all too well. And I don't need long to tell you what Bromo Seltzer can do for you either. In fact, Bromo Seltzer's action can be summed up in just 5 words.
Relieves pain of headache fast.
That's it, friends. Bromo Seltzer fights the misery of your headache speedily. And not only that, Bromo Seltzer helps relieve the jangled nerves and upset stomach, which, as you know, can team up with an ordinary.
Oh, and Mr. Wiest, I think you should also mention how pleasant Bromo Seltzer is to take. You see, a lot of people are sissies like I am about taking things. And gee, Bromo Seltzer is really refreshing. There's nothing bulky to chew or dry to swallow.
Right, Vivian. Which only leaves me to say, folks, next time a headache strikes you, ask at your druggist, fountain, or counter for speedy, refreshing...
Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer.
The Willies are waiting for you. We've got some nice spine tingles and flesh crawls for you and you. And, of course, you. Well, let's go on with the second half of tonight's grisly gavotte. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Rocky had just dug up a body in the graveyard. And he's just told his wife that the corpse had no hand attached to his right arm.
Rocky, you mean that thing that was in the package?
Yeah. It was his hand.
Are you sure?
Sure. The tip of the middle finger was cut off.
Stephen Dane.
What are you doing?
I'm reading that name on the tombstone. Rocky, who's Stephen Dane?
Why do you want to know?
Because maybe I can help you.
Nobody can help me.
You mustn't say that.
Can't you see this ain't something you can fight, babe? First, the guy tells me I'll get 10 grand. I get the 10 grand. Then he tells me I'm going to die, and that hand comes. I tell you, it's queer. And there's nothing I can do about it except wait to die tonight.
Only you tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you. That guy, Stephen Dane, We killed him.
We?
Me and Slim.
Why?
Money?
Anybody know?
Nobody but you.
The cops.
They picked us up. They didn't have nothing on us.
I get it.
I'm going to die tonight, babe.
No, you're not.
This is something too big for me. I'm afraid. Look.
Where?
Over there. Oh, there's a light. It's a queer kind of a light.
Yeah, I see it. It's coming here.
Yeah, it's coming for me.
Rocky, it's closer.
You ain't gonna get me. Nobody's gonna get me. I don't care what you are. You ain't gonna kill me. You hear me? I'll let you have it.
It's gone now.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, maybe I killed it, huh? Whatever it is, maybe I killed it, huh? What do you think, babe? Huh? What do you think?
The phone's ringing.
Yeah, I'll take it.
No, you better...
Get away from her. Hello.
Hello, Rocky.
You.
Yes. The man in the park.
What do you want now?
I just called to find out if you were still alive.
I'm doing fine. See, I'm doing great. Nothing's gonna happen to me.
Sure, Rocky. I'll call again.
Who are you, anyway?
Don't try to understand things that are too much for you, Rocky.
You leave me alone, see? If you call me again, I'll go out and I'll get you. I'll find you somewhere and I'll pump you full of lead. I ain't scared of you or nothing or nobody alive or dead. I'll kill you, I swear I will.
Goodbye, Rocky.
That was him again.
Yeah. And you're letting yourself go to pieces.
Don't you worry about me. I'm okay. Babe,
Yeah.
why didn't we find nothing?
Where?
In the cemetery where the light was. I swear I shot something, but there was nothing.
Why did you come back here?
Where can we go?
With 10 grand? There's a lot of places.
No, you can't run away, not from something like this. I figured I'd come back, see? I'd get ready for it. When it came, I'd be all ready to fight it. That's my angle.
What are you gonna fight?
I don't know, babe. I don't know. Say it, babe. Tell me again, huh? I'm not gonna die. Tell me again and again and again. Tell me all night I'm not gonna die. Tell me. Say it!
No.
Oh. But you said it in the cemetery.
Yeah?
You believe I'm gonna get it too, huh?
Yeah.
Why'd you change your mind?
That thing on the floor.
The hand.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
No.
I'll give you $5 grand.
No, I won't
Look
touch
at
it.
Look at it like it wanted to grab me. Like it want... Wait a minute. Maybe that's it.
What?
What I'm waiting for. Don't you get it, babe? Here I am waiting for something that's gonna kill me. Don't you get it? This is it.
How can it kill you?
How can the other things happen? But they did. I'm gonna get it out of here.
No, don't touch
I bet
it.
if I touch it, I won't be scared anymore. If I get rid of it, that'll break the curse. I'm gonna get it.
No.
You see, I got it. It can't hurt me. I ain't scared. It's the hand of the man I killed, and I ain't... No! It's trying to grab me. It's gonna get me. No!
Rocky!
It started to move, baby. It started to go again.
Look, you don't know what you're saying.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm going out of my head. Don't leave me, baby.
No,
Don't
I won't.
tackle all this alone. Don't leave me.
Okay.
Maybe I'm so scared because we killed him. Don't leave me, baby.
No, I
I'm
won't.
sick and I'm scared and I'm going to die. Don't leave me, huh? When we killed him, I did it only because he was a rich kid and I wanted dough to set you up right. Don't leave me, babe. Please don't leave
Rocky,
me.
I ain't going. Listen, you better get hold of yourself. Go on in there, Rocky. Lie down. Just lie quiet. Go on.
Yeah, lie down. That ain't a bad idea. Lie down. Yeah, maybe I can figure it all out.
7, 8, 4, 5.
Hello?
Slim, this is Babe.
I'm still waiting.
Listen, Slim, something's come up.
What?
Rocky's got 10 grand in cash.
That's why you didn't come in.
Now, look, you don't understand. He's blowing his top. He's going crazy.
So what?
So you better get over here.
Why?
I want that 10 grand. I want you to get it.
Get it yourself.
No. You'll do it.
What makes you think so, babe?
Because I know all about Stephen Dane.
What?
Rocky told me.
I'm coming over.
And bring your gun. I want to get rid of Rocky.
I'll bring it. Goodbye.
Bye.
So that's the angle.
Rocky!
I heard you, Dave.
You did?
Every word.
Put the gun away, Rocky.
No,
You're making a mistake.
I don't think so.
Look, I had an angle. I was doing it to help you.
Sure, Dave, sure.
Let me explain why I called
You
Slim.
explained fine, I heard you.
Rocky, don't.
You're behind
don't
the
do it.
whole thing. I don't know how you worked it, Dave, but you were after that
Rocky.
10 grand. Did Slim help you?
Rocky!
You're no good. You never was any
Rocky!
good. Dave. Yeah.
Still there, Rocky?
You hear me, don't you?
Yes. But no one will ever hear you again. When the night's over.
Yeah? Look, why do you always keep calling up? Why don't you come up yourself?
Maybe I will, Rocky. To see you die. Goodbye.
What? Rocky, don't reach, Slim. I got you covered.
That's a fine way to greet an old pal.
Hell.
Where's Babe?
There?
Huh? Oh. Why'd you do it?
It shouldn't be so tough to figure out.
I ain't sorry.
No?
She was cheating on you. She wanted to get you 10 grand.
You ought to know.
Oh, you got 10 grand?
Yeah, keep 'em up, Slim.
Why, you must be nuts. I wouldn't do nothing to you.
Maybe.
Rocky, after what we've been through together. But you remember that Dane business? I didn't rat on you then. Why should I rat on you now?
Because I got 10 grand because somebody's gonna kill me. Maybe it's you.
What are you talking about?
I ain't taking any chances, Slim. You got reason to kill me. He said it'd happen. I ain't gonna let it happen. I ain't gonna die.
She was right. Your bets, your risk.
Shut up!
No.
Don't reach.
I ain't taking any chances. Wait.
I told you not to reach. Oh. Why didn't you listen? Rocky. You were the one he meant, all right. You got me. The score's even, Slim. You got me. You hear? It's all coming true. You hear me, Slim? It was because of that kid, Steve. What? Slim, I can't see it. Oh, I can't see a thing. Oh, I can hardly move. Who's there? Who is it? Who came in?
Just me, Rocky.
Oh, the man in the park.
That's right, Rocky.
You're not getting away. The gun's empty.
Yes, Rocky.
I can't see it.
It'll be over in a minute, Rocky. I just came to watch you die. Then I'll get my $10,000 back.
Your money?
Yes. I had it sent here.
You
poor, stupid fool. I stood in the apartment next door. I made a little peephole.
I watched your little rat mind collapse. I watched you run to the cemetery. I watched you kill your wife and then him. I knew I'd be right in my plans. Like all criminals, you're cowardly, superstitious, vicious. But mostly stupid. I suppose if you weren't, you wouldn't be a criminal. Who are you? The name is William Dane. The brother of the man you murdered. The police couldn't get you. I did.
No, you didn't. I'm still alive. Oh!
Rocky? Goodbye, Rocky.
Well, friend, the moral for tonight's medley of murders is taken from the undecipherable handwriting of one of the wisest morons who ever made a dope of himself. The famous Egyptian, Baloney, who said, "Don't be afraid to go to sleep because so many people get murdered at night. Just remember."
Friends, if you're sniffling and sneezing because of a cold, that can make you miserable enough. But,
when you have a headache at the same time, you'll feel even more miserable.
yes, when a cold and a headache team up, that's the time to reach for the familiar brew bottle of fast-acting Bromo Seltzer. Of course, Bromo Seltzer does not claim to help the cold itself. You should go to bed and follow your doctor's advice. But Bromo Seltzer relieves the pain of the headache.
And when you have relieved your headaches, it's a lot easier to face anything else you're up against. That's why, these blustery days, Bromo Seltzer is such a friend in need to so many smart folks everywhere.
Yes, Bromo Seltzer is famous for its speedy, pleasant, three-way headache help. Bromo Seltzer relieves the pain of headache, plus the jangled nerves and stomach upset that may team up with it. Caution, use only as directed. If headaches persist or recur, see your doctor. And remember, when you have a cold, don't let headache pain add to your misery. For ordinary headaches, ask for economical Bromo Seltzer at your druggist's fountain or counter. And
Fight headache 3 ways. Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer.
Well, it's time to close that squeaking door for another 7-day rest. Until next week at the same time, when Bromo Seltzer brings you another Inner Sanctum Mystery, directed by Hyman Brown. Oh, by the way, this month's Inner Sanctum Mystery novel is A Halo for Nobody by Henry Kane. Next week's little horror deals with a gal who planted her uncle in the rose bushes and then was terribly surprised at what came up. It's called The Ghost in the Garden. You'll be sure to listen, won't you? Until next Monday, then, good night. Pleasant dreams.
this is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And there you go. Inner Sanctum Mysteries. What'd you think of that, Joe?
I enjoyed both stories now, but I gotta say, I really, really like this one. It occurs to me also, I mentioned Twilight Zone once, but really, Night Gallery must have been heavily influenced by this, as well as other shows of that kind.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially teasing the next story, you know, the uncle in the garden, go, okay,
It's fascinating that this show existed at a time when the Hays Code was applied to movies, and this kind of terrible things happening to terrible people in a terrible way, the moral majority, I guess, for lack of a better term, always wanted there to be a moral lesson, and they always wanted like good to triumph, and these are very gritty tales, not that unlike, say, Gangbusters, which again would focus on these terrible people. But a lot of these stories were about.
I'm sorry, John. I
sorry.
cut you off. No, I was going to say, not very much like the EC comics, the horror comics. Those were very much little morality plays, and God help you if you were bad, because now we enjoy these stories, but of course you have to take them as they are. They're gruesome fiction. They have no basis in reality. There's no such thing as a severed hand that's going to get you and choke you dead.
It is funny that you mentioned Night Gallery, because one of my favorite Night Gallery episodes had Bill Bixby, and he's like staying in a haunted castle, and there are pieces of a body like crawling down a hallway towards him. Do you remember that one?
Yes. Oh yeah.
I love that. So obviously my Wi-Fi is doing all sorts of funny things tonight. Not funny, haha. And so
we didn't miss the thing. You're a little out of focus, but otherwise there's no interruption in the presentation.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, next week we are going to present to you Retro Rangers, and we will be doing another watch party. Retro Rangers is the place where we get to do that. We're going to be watching a made-for-TV movie that was a Wes Craven directed masterpiece, and I put air quotes around masterpiece, but it is starring Linda Blair, and it's from 1979, and it is terrible / awesome. I've seen it. Joe has not yet, and I'm really hoping. I'm hoping you dig this, Joe. Though, Joe, you made a beautiful.
How can I not with that build up, John? Come on. And we got El Tiburon joining us.
And El Tiburon will be our special guest. He is a big fan of Wes Craven. I know he hasn't seen this one, so we get to show it to him and get to hear his rave reviews / disappointment. But we'll have fun because we'll be together and we'll be wisecracking our way through it as we do.
And you will be for the same reasons.
Yes. Scott says TV movies are fertile ground for viewing. They really are. And, if you were a kid in the 70s like we were, you got to see some crazy movies of the week. Just insane. And this is one of them. This is certainly one of them. And I also love that. I'll tell you this much. There's a lot of inspiration in this movie from The Exorcist, as many horror movies and horror in the 70s was. And it is a treat that Linda Blair is in it. And, Linda Blair, I think I've told everybody this story. I met her. I auditioned with her for voiceover, and she was just an absolutely lovely person. And so I'm happy for us to pay tribute to the great.
And listen, if you need more reason to watch next week, Lee Purcell, who you might remember from Valley Girl, the Cougar Mom.
Oh.
As well as Fran Drescher. So.
Oh, yes. Yes. Fran Drescher's in this as well. I forgot about the Cougar Mom. Oh, my God. Yes. I fell in love with the song where the kid decides he's going to visit the Cougar Mom, which is by the band called Sparks. And the song is The Monster of Love. So sometime this week, give yourself a treat and listen to Sparks, The Monster of Love. It is very funny and will put a smile on your face. Joe, I think that's it for us, right?
I think we've had all the thrills and chills that we can possibly take. I was on the edge of my seat, especially the second story, so I need to decompress now.
All right.
And go into more horror of my own.
All right. Yes. So here we go, kids. We are calling it a show for yet another Sunday night. Thank you for joining us. And oh, you are so right, Chris. I forgot to bring this up at any point during the show. Please like and subscribe. We just really need the numbers to keep things going here at Weber Internet Thingy. And thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for everybody who dropped by. And that'll do it. Joe Townsell, thank you so much for joining me once again here in the booth, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. John Weber. It's always a pleasure, sir.
We will see you next week for Retro Rangers. Take care.
Bye.